Hello, everyone. This is Scotch and Jack, your host for Across the Pond Hangout, the amazing classic community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, skill levels, etc., etc. You know, we get all things going on here. And even today, and 1,419 members, most of which are posting. I think we are probably the most active scale model community out there. That is just we don't have any really specific focus. We're not just sci-fi. We're not just cars. We're not just military. We do all kinds of stuff. We do so many different things. We don't even know which way is up. Well, anyway, starting with Bob. Ha ha, Eth, it's not you. It's Bob. How you doing, Bob?
All right.
Energy, Bob. Energy.
I was kind of see how long it takes before you thought I was froze up, but. I'm Bob. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, depending where you're at. Right now, I'm working on my cockpit for my TOS Viper.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Nice. Blinky
right,
going.
Cool. Turn it around the other way. I want to see all the ugly stuff where it actually does the actual work.
Oh, it's all just hitting under blue painter tape right now.
That actually looks good. Very cool.
Of course, I don't have the light in for the content on or for the CTR screen yet, but that's what I'm working on. I'm kind of waiting. It's kind of in a holding pattern until I can get some resin to cast up the head and the guns.
Well, very cool. Very cool. How you doing, Heath?
I'm very well. I do apologise for last week. Modem broke.
Oh, okay. Did you get a new one?
Yeah, we got a new one. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here with you fine people, would I? But no, I'm very good, thank you. And for those people before Monday, may the 4th be with you. Because Monday is May the 4th be with you day.
Yes.
Of course, me being a Star Wars fan, I love it. I've been a very busy boy, and I've been, two things. I've been a very busy boy doing models, and very busy boy buying models.
Oh, dear.
Yes, particularly one that everyone's seen before. I finally got my hands on one. I'm going to have to get back for this one. Hang on a minute. Let me just put it.
Oh, is it? Is it?
It
is. How did I know he was going to whip that out?
He's taking a plunge. We'll never see him again.
Stand back.
I've actually got a lot of plans for that one. I've been doing some measurements. I'm actually now. This is a very big undertaking.
Sure.
I'm actually going to make a diorama with that thing.
You're going to use your house?
Death Star.
He's going to use his house as a diorama.
Well, let's put it this way. I've been talking to the lady, the scene that took Mrs.
The boss. You're talking to the boss.
Use your
boss. I've been talking to the boss, and we've worked out that if I was going to do the Cloud City landing pad, sorry, for this one, for that Millennium Falcon there, it's going to be 1.5 meters long, lengthwise.
Ooh.
So it's going to be like about 3 to 4.
What's that in American measurement?
About 3 to 4 feet.
Okay.
Some people put Aphrodite or even a gnome as a lawn ornament. You're going to be putting that as a lawn ornament, I'm sure of it.
Well, I'm actually thinking of making it into a table.
Oh, even a table.
You put the Falcon. You make the landing pad, and you put extra little pieces of wood on, and you put a big glass table on top of it. Boom, coffee table.
That would be actually pretty cool too. I mean, a coffee table. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm actually thinking of doing the paint job too. A paint job too. And I don't like the color.
Oh, yeah. Is that the vinyl toy? Is that the vinyl toy?
Yeah, that is the vinyl toy. Yes.
Okay.
That thing, I've worked it out. That thing is bigger than the one-to-one
Uh-huh.
that they've got in America at the moment. It's bigger.
Oh, we got something here in America? You know,
The
country's so
Millennium,
big, you know.
well, the Millennium Falcon magazine thing.
Okay.
You know,
The Agostini one.
yes, that's the one. And I've also been. Well, look, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll show you what I've been. I'm going to move it on to the next person. I don't want to take over the whole thing, so I'll just leave what I'm doing right now to later.
Uh-huh. All right, very good. So swimming back from land down under and hopping over a Great Lake. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine there, Jack. And got some more work on my Bismarck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the tower, the forecastle's just about done as far as the major structures are concerned.
Uh-huh.
And just about ready to move on past the funnel.
Uh-huh.
So,
We'll
moving
screen
along.
share. Oh, we screen share what you got here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Dawn's thing going on here. Dawn, you know, when I scroll through the community, it's hard to land on other posts besides Dawn.
Don's been a busy boy.
He's always. I'm sure he's watching.
Hi, Don.
He said he's going to be watching. Here we go.
Yeah. Yes. So that's the tower section with the admiral's deck and the searchlight deck applied to it.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Compared to a plastic model, is this harder to do?
Yes.
That was a fast answer.
Yeah, because you've got to shape everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's preformed.
You got to make your pieces before using your pieces, in other words.
Yeah, you got to make the piece first.
But one thing you do get out of is paint.
Yeah, but I still have to color. I still have to color edges.
Uh-huh.
So I still got to paint the edges. If you don't paint the edges, you get all these white lines everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Always wondered what you did about that.
Very cool.
Would your fold not be on the inside, so the white line wouldn't be seen?
Depends. You try to. Most of them are designed to hide where the folds, but there's folds. There's folds and joints everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you don't color them, you got all these white lines everywhere.
Uh-huh. Are you saying like something like right here?
Yeah. Well, no, that's a fold. That's just a fold. But anywhere where there's a joint, like even like the edge of this deck or anything like that, that would be all white if it wasn't colored.
Oh, so you're talking about the edges of the paper.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Okay.
James, would it throw the color off too much if you printed them on a colored stock?
It could. It could. Because but the thing is, on a sheet you might have different colors of different.
Right. I was just thinking if you had a light gray stock and you printed on that.
That's all right, but that's no good if the stock
If
is
the
like
stock,
green.
yeah. Right.
So you just get used to coloring. I mean, you get your assortment of your color, your art markers.
I was going to say, do you marker or pencil?
I use art markers. Some people use watercolors. I use the art markers myself.
I'd be afraid of it bleeding.
You do it quickly. There's a technique to it. Actually, the bleeding can work for your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't over apply it, you can get it's almost like weathering.
Oh, okay.
The edging, if you bleeding sort of works to your advantage that way. So
That's why I figured I'd use a pencil or a chalk, something that was dry.
no, you don't have to.
That is looking fantastic, James. I mean, I haven't seen a paper model of this quality ever.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it looks to me from where I'm sitting, it looks like a plastic kit, but I can't really tell the difference. To me, it just looks like a plastic kit. But you're doing a fantastic job there.
I love your detailing, James.
Oh, thank you.
And what I learned about your paper model is that it's the Bismarck and the British sunk it.
Yes.
Not the Germans.
I foolishly thought it was the Germans that sunk it, but why would they sink their own boat that was that king? Okay, got it.
Well,
And
there
it's
are
not-
there are those that still believe that they scuttled it as opposed to allowing it to be directly sunk, but that's debatable.
Well,
But
I
that's
actually saw a movie the other day called Sink the Bismarck.
Yeah.
It was in black and white. So,
Yeah.
sorry, the Germans didn't.
What's so
The
cool about model building is you get a little history lesson too. I mean, I would
yeah.
think you're going to learn something about what you're building.
Well, you have to do. You got to do all your research.
That's a lousy title. They give away the whole plot in the story in the title.
It's history, so you know it. So, I mean, that's why you get your books and all this other bit to do all your research and that with.
It's like watching Apollo 13. You already know what's going to happen, but you're still going to watch it.
Yeah.
Perhaps this time.
That's true. And considering that history that doesn't even exist, how you doing, Jamie?
Oh, yeah, how's everybody?
History that don't exist. That would be your Trek models and your other things.
Hush on you. Hush on you.
But really, that has a history of its own.
It does, yeah. I mean, regarding the Enterprise, I'm taking a few weeks break from it because it's a long. I've been on it since Christmas. It's 3 parts finished now. I've got the. Hold on. Here's your hold.
3 parts finished?
Yeah. What I mean is, all the parts are wired up in themselves. So everything's in. There's your hanger bay.
It's like packing a sausage, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. There's your
Oh, very nice.
packing a sausage.
Yeah.
Love
Here's yourself. There's that side. That side. So basically,
Oh, now you're going.
yeah, it's I've got all the house decking done, and it's together basically.
You know, what's really interesting about this is that you're taking a few weeks off, and that's what you're talking about. So, what are you actually working on?
All right, and I've been working on this. This is going up for its final coat.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
oh yeah. You know,
it.
that's a hard bit to get.
Yeah, that's on its final coat, ready for the stand. I've also I took a crack at the Reliant. I've had a go. I'm starting that. Can't show you because it's still a bit wet. But I have nearly finished. I got the Bandai droids, and I had a go at one of them, and I thought, you know, is it possible to light the eye? So I had a crack at that too, and I came up with this.
Wow. Okay. Is that paper?
No, Bandai.
That's paper. I'm a dead monkey's uncle.
Now watch this. You ready? Watch the wall.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice.
Nice.
But he's all lit up, look.
Yep. You got the eyeball. Okay.
If I turn the light off for a second, you'll see that bit.
Well,
You don't pull up your chair there, Jamie.
Jamie, you can always go over to Heath's house and build the sea view for your flying sub. You know that. He's going big these days.
And yeah, talking about that, Jack.
Go big or go home.
Talking about that, Jack.
Oh, yeah. The 4-window one, not the 8-window one. You guys teach me so much about TV movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I've got the 4-movie one.
Actually, I caught an episode of that, and I can't remember the channel. If I could remember, I'll probably look out for it. But they did have The Voyage Under the Sea, an episode of it. And it was so horrible. It was about that something happened, and the sub went down to the bottom of the ocean, and the whole show, I didn't know what it was about. It was just about them, going from one room to the next with water, and I don't know. It had no plot.
It did have
It's on
better.
new TV on Saturday nights, Jack.
And I don't think anybody died in it. It is the 60s after all.
Oh yeah. But I thought the movie version sub is better than the 800 movie. I mean the TV sub I thought was better than the movie sub. But the TV sub is hard to get hold of these days. I saw one about 5 years ago, and I lost the bid on it. But one came up on eBay, and yeah, it was a bit expensive, but I was adamant I was going to get this one this time.
Well, what I find interesting is just in the different communities, the Seaview seems to be more popular than that Roy Scheider TV show, and I can't remember the name of it.
Sequest.
Sequest DSV.
Yeah.
Sequest. That isn't such a popular model or show, is it?
I've only seen the model once. I've only seen a model once of Sequest, and it used to be very popular down here, but we don't get the model. We don't get the model anymore.
I did have an interesting email.
If you're lucky, you'll be able to pick it up.
Jack, Ken, who's done me the Star Wars trench.
Yes.
I had an interesting email from him. He says that the guy at Larson Design, who knows somebody at the museum where some of the props are kept, saw his work on Google and emailed the guy at Larson Design and told him that he'd seen Ken's work of that Death Star trench, and he said as he's seen the original in the museum over in America, or wherever it is, that his trench is very close to the actual studio model trench.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, what a compliment that is for him.
Oh yeah. I truly believe it. Ken is extraordinary. His talent is beyond my. I don't know. He's amazing. He's totally amazing.
A different place, isn't he, when it comes to making things?
But he's not going to be around till November. I think he said October, November. He has a seasonal job, so he's off in Alberta now, probably.
Yeah. Well,
I think he left yesterday. I think.
His work has been noticed by somebody who's seen the original part of the Death Star trench. So that's quite cool. Well, that's where I'm up to anyway. So I'll let you pass on to somebody else.
All right, very good. We'll pass on to Liam here. How you doing, Liam?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was going to be Lou next.
You're coming in extraordinarily clear. I can see what you look like now.
You turn a light on or something?
Oh, it's probably one of the cheapest little webcams you could ever buy, and it's just does the job. It's not autofocus, however, that's only a problem. So if we go too close, it just goes, yeah.
It's such a good camera that X-Wing in the background looks like it's on attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on a soak test because someone might be interested in buying it, so I'm making sure that it's not going to fail any lighting. I know it was a tentative request, but we'll see what happens with that. I haven't been doing much, unfortunately, because my wife was ill last week. She was in hospital.
And now he freezes.
So last night was the first time I got back into the garage here again. So I've been back at this figure. Again, I don't know, not great lighting, but
Oh yeah, okay.
there's a lot more done on him. But again, hold on, get a better picture. Again,
I feel like I'm moving around in the room right now.
So probably too bright now.
It's okay.
But yeah,
Nice and close.
yeah.
Where am I?
Exposed. There's an earthquake. We're in, no. But that's all I've been doing because say with family issues and so on, not a lot's been happening. But what I'm trying to make sure is I don't know if this happens to everyone else, but you build a model and you sort of do perhaps 95% of it, and then you move on to something else and you think, well, I should have done this and I should have done that and I should have done the other thing. So that's one of the reasons for the X-Wing being out, is to say someone's interested in it, so I have to finish the base part of it. And I've still got the Star Destroyer and the ship that haven't been touched in ages because, say, one issue after another. So I'm hoping things get back to some form of normalcy soon.
Yeah, I know what you mean about that, because when I finish building a model, I think, why did I build that? I shouldn't have done that.
Well, not even so much what you've done as you haven't finished it off, you haven't put it on a stand, or you haven't, give the last coat of protective clear or something, whatever it might be.
Right, right.
You know?
My model building produces trash, so yeah.
Rubbish. I don't mean it's rubbish. I mean,
I'm the trash and I produce rubbish. Okay, got it.
Okay, sorry.
Do a diorama of that, Jack.
Well, you should see my basement floor. It's a diorama on its own, yes.
Rubbish.
So it's really cool that you're doing a figure. We don't get many people who are doing figures, and it takes a lot of skill and paint, and either mixing it, applying it. It's practically a science to me, anyway. What do you think?
It isn't. It isn't. I mean, the only very simple rule I would say that seems to work is extremely thin layers of paint. It takes a long time to build them up, but you don't slap it on in one big thick coat. It's basically you do a base layer, then an hour layer, and an hour layer, and a layer, especially the face. So I mean, I went and ordered this, which is an hour. I don't know if you can
Nice.
work out what it is, but
Okay.
it's a tri-corner hat there. Well, not tri-corner hat, but it's a Master and Commander, the Russell Crowe figure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got that as well, but only because I enjoy doing the first one so much. The assemblies, no problem. It glues together in 5 minutes, but it's the painting then, as you say, it takes the time.
Right.
So, and you have
You
to sort of
shouldn't drink caffeine either when you're doing that.
No, that's my worst. I have lots of bad habits. Don't worry, I drink lots of caffeine another way.
Can't help it.
It's steadies the hand sometimes a little bit. The only other thing I've had to do, I've had to invest in stronger close-up glasses. well, that's a modeling or old age. I don't know which or both.
I can see hyperspace through those glasses, you know.
Well, the advantage of these over these things, the hyper magnifiers is, I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, but if you're doing any sort of work that needs a mask, when you have the mask on, the lenses just basically constantly they steam up. Whereas with ordinary glasses, they don't, because they're tied around your face.
Right.
But these are just out of the pound store, the usual thing. But they work great for close-up stuff. Fantastic.
Liam, just be careful. There's somebody who might burn your plastic.
What, the light magnifying through the lens? Yes.
Well, I see you often with the one that you put on your head and it has you say it fogs up. I often see you with that. I haven't gotten to the point of actually buying one of those things. I mean, I'm nearsighted anyway. I just take my glasses off and I'm fine.
Yeah, no,
are you nearsighted or are you farsighted?
You get old enough, Jack, you come up with one.
I don't wear glasses for anything except close-up work. So
Okay.
So that's why I'm seeing the screen.
Right, I hear you. I just need bifocals for my work at work, at my job. But I don't think for modeling. I just take my glasses off, and I'm pretty fine with that.
Give it time.
All right, I guess it's different for everybody, But that's a video a modeler should do. The various devices you can use to see better. Because there's that light that's a big oval thing like this with the lens in the middle and a light around it.
Yeah.
There it is. That's it. You should do a video on that. That would be kind of hilarious.
It looks like a lighted toilet seat.
Well, anyway, I think that would be.
Good routine.
I never use the magnifier. I mean, if you use the magnifier is, I don't know how well this will.
Sometimes when I try to work through that, I actually get a headache after a little bit.
It's the light that's important. The light's the important thing here, not the magnifier. So
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Especially working on that figure, the light seems to make an enormous difference. You can see the subtlety, whereas using the ordinary light above, pointless.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, someone's really covered paintbrushes. The different types, and I don't know what everyone else does. I tend to buy the cheap ones, and I'm beginning to think it's a bad idea.
Yeah,
Um,
Liam, I used to use the cheap ones, and I went through hundreds of them.
Yeah.
I tend to use the sable brushes ones, but they're a little bit more expensive, but they last you longer. They really do last.
Yeah.
As long as you look after them properly.
Oh yeah, conditioner and everything else. Yes.
But
Oh,
yeah,
seriously, that's what they recommend. So it's
the sable brushes are better than the cheapo ones. I mean, I just use them if I'm just using some.
But you might pay £5 for one brush where you're getting 10
Yeah,
packs of the other ones for the same
yeah.
money.
Oh, right. I buy the 10-pack, and look what happens to my brush. You know, it just kind of like disappears.
Yeah.
I use the cheap ones because I destroy everything. You know?
Liam, these are a good brush.
I can't see it's all right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, but these are like what do I pay for these? £3 to £5 these are. But if you look, it's a sable brush.
Yeah, but it's got a bubble thing to hold on to it for those arthritic people like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've had this one about 2 years now, and it's still going strong. You know.
Uh-huh.
You pay out in the beginning, but you make up
Yeah.
with the time you have it.
I'm beginning to think it's the right way to go.
I've got ones with a little rubber tip on them.
Hold that up, Bob. Just clicking onto you right now. Oh, okay.
Rubber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ergonomic handle. I find when I'm done using them at the end of the day, every time I just wash them with a little Johnson's baby shampoo and
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, it is
really
sable
nice,
here after all. Yeah.
Yeah, you're better off with the more expensive. Pay a little more for either get a medium quality brush or that, because you buy the cheap ones, nothing's worse than your paint job and then have a hair come out in the middle of your paint job.
Or the hairs.
Hair. Maybe it just needs a shave,
All the hairs come out, and you haven't seen it come out, and your paint is drying.
Yeah.
It's just there on top of your body. You think,
Yeah.
oh! then you do a jack.
Royals. They sell them
Yeah.
at work. They're not real expensive, but they do real well.
Uh-huh. Yes. I buy multi-packs like that all the time. Yeah. I'll use a brush half to death, and the other brushes I don't use, and I get a collection of brushes. Well, anyway, how you doing, Lou?
How much do you pay for a multi-pack, Jack?
What's that?
How much would you pay for a multi-pack?
I don't know, $4 or $5.
Yeah, so you're paying $4 or $5 for a multi-pack, right?
Uh-huh.
Where it's going to last you what, once or twice, and bingo. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. These brushes have lasted me since the fall. I don't take care of them very well, and they do just fine for me. I don't know. It just depends.
Yeah.
But these are the ones I got here are sable hair brushes. I mean, but I have nylon brushes like this one. I think it's a nylon one. And this is the one I use the most. And of course, the second most are the ones that are like really teeny tiny bristles on them. There's another one here somewhere that is even smaller yet. So it works fine for me. I mean, I'm a little more. I shouldn't say I'm as detailed as some of you guys are. Like, you do these eyebrows on your figures. I'm not going to do ever a figure, so that's because my hands shake.
I'm just looking at my brushes, and they're more disable than they are stable.
Yes.
And I buy multi-packs like Jack does, and my frustration is that just as I get one working, I get it shaped down right, and I get it where it holds paint, then I've got maybe a couple of good weeks on it before it wears out. There's like a window where it doesn't work very well, works really well, and then slams shut and stops working. I mean, and if I find a good detail brush, I'll love it and nurture it and try to keep it going. But
there is a point.
Life is too short to spend months and months keeping your brushes clean. I just go buy another one.
Yeah, I use Vallejo paint. I use Vallejo paint, and I soak them in ammonia cleaner, and I leave them in there, and the brushes are like this after a while,
Yeah. I've also found that acetone is a wonderful cleaner.
Oh, it is. It also melts brushes too.
Sure. I mean,
This is how I wash the one brush.
not melted, but they're clean.
All I use with the acrylics is water. Just water. As long as you do it immediately after painting, it's fine.
Right.
Well, not if you're using enamels.
No. I
I've got
wouldn't recommend water with enamels. No.
Hold on some different bits. I've got a quick tip for you, lads. I only picked this up because I was you know when you use your tweezers and you're picking little tiny bits of plastic up and you're going like this, and then all of a sudden the bits of plastic will go ping.
Yeah.
I found a little. They're not. I don't know why I didn't buy these before, but these ones, right? These are electrical tweezers.
Oh God.
Now on the inside of these, they're coated, right? I
Yeah.
don't know what they're coated with, but they're coated. And if you're going for the little tiny pieces, it grips them really, really well. And I thought, you guys might like to have that little bit of
Yeah, they got a slight rubber coating on the ends. They're non-slip.
Picking really tiny pieces up, you got no chance of it pinging off your tweezers.
Well, where's the sport in that?
Yes, what's the sport of that?
How many people
I don't even want to.
their hands and knees looking for that one little piece?
That's how I get my exercise.
And that's why you need the glasses.
But you see, with brushes like tweezers, I go buy the multi-pack, and I got a whole bunch of tweezers I'm not using because they're like awfully large. I mean, what am I going to use these things for? They're like monsters. But the ones that I like end up on my workbench and they stay there. I mean, I buy the multi-pack tweezers as well.
Tweezer favoritism.
Are you doing surgery later, Jack?
Well, yeah.
Are you mad, Dr. Jack?
Yeah, I play Operation Off. That's what I got the tweezers.
If his nose lights up, you're in trouble.
How many surgical knives have you got, Jack?
Yeah, I'll just drink a little more. My nose will turn red. Yeah, that's it. So, Lou, what are you working on?
I'm working on finishing up the Colonial ones.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going to say the railroad there.
Ooh, look at that. That's nice. Got to take pictures of that, mister.
Well, I've been doing the videos, and Enterprise is coming along nicely.
Uh-huh. The Transformer Enterprise.
Yeah, the Transformer Enterprise.
I'd be worried there. I thought, what the hell was you on about?
And out in the other room, I cannot bring it in because it's large. I'm doing a one-to-one because I always like doing life-size props every once in a while, and I'm doing a life-size Yoda.
Oh,
That's going to be cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'm not going to make a table out of it.
Get your own idea.
Hey, is anybody working on? Is anybody working on accurizing parts for the Hasbro X-wing?
Oh, okay.
Not
I
the
got one of
Falcon,
them.
but the X-wing.
Well, we got to ask the community. I mean,
There were people on the replica forum that were doing stuff. Now, it's a while back, but there is a separate modeling section. You'll see there's a specific thing about the
I didn't know
Hasbro
whether
X-wing.
Randy Cooper was doing, because I know he's making parts for the Falcon, but I didn't know whether Randy was making parts for the X-wing.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't noticed him publishing anything, but
I saw one at Walmart for $10 and I had to pick it up.
yeah, why not?
I got one too.
Yeah.
But it's a nice kit. I mean, it's got some obvious flaws in it, but it's a nice size kit. But I don't know if anybody
The
was
X-wing that can't be an X-wing, yes.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: the X-wing's bigger than the Falcon.
Yeah.
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 I mean, as in length and width and stuff like that. Because I took a measurement.
When I saw the box, I thought for sure that the wings couldn't possibly be in the box, but they were.
Yeah.
Lou, have you never thought about stealing? Have you never thought about stealing the Bandai X-wing motor to open them up?
Oh. Well, that would be a chunk of work.
Yeah. If you get the Bandai motor and then put it in that, you can have the wings opening up and down.
Yeah, but you got to cut the wings apart to do that. You have to make the insides of the wings.
Mm-hmm.
You have to cut those parts in half.
As you probably noticed, Lou, it's only one wing.
Yeah.
There's two layers, one on the top, one on the bottom. just like one wing. But
The
Lou's
easiest thing to do
right.
would be
You'd
just to
have
build new
to
wings.
cut.
Sorry.
You'd have to cut that whole wing.
Right. Right.
That's fine. That's fine if you want to do the new.
It's a flat piece too. I mean, it'd be easy enough for somebody to have. I'm surprised Ken hasn't scratch built them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when he gets back from his job, he probably will. Because he says you know what? I think he farts and there's a model. I mean,
I just don't know how he builds them so quick. I don't. I mean, he did that Enterprise E shuttle pod bit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he just seems to like I said. I mean, he just builds these scratch builds like with no problem. I would have trouble just cutting the pieces alone. Let him, you know.
Yeah.
He needs to jack in his job and go and work for LucasArts or wherever the companies do make the models for the movies.
Right.
I have this picture of the sheets of styrene entering his house at one side, and then it sounded like a woodmill, and then they come out complete it's like an assembly line. There's a big crank on the side of his house, and it just plastic to one side, and the other side spits out models.
And he buys the putty by the tanker load. Yes.
Yeah. He just dips everything in the 10X and just dips the sheets, slices them up, and they come out like a sausage maker.
Yeah, we figured them out, didn't we?
When I mentioned to him and said, listen, Ken, can you build a Death Star trench? Because I ain't going to pay the money that they want, and I know you could do it reasonably. Yeah, I can do your Death Star trench. I thought, okay. And I was expecting like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks for this Death Star trench to be done. It was like 2 weeks, and it was like, your Death Star is done, Jamie. What?
Has it arrived yet, Jimmy?
No, I'm still waiting for it.
Right.
But he has got it is tracked, and it's like 3 parts of the way on the tracking service. And all you get from the messages from Canada is it left like Canada, and that's it. And then you got this little bar at the top with like posting to delivery, and it's like it's about that long. It's about that far up there. So I presume it's somewhere between.
Royal Mail.
Sitting in a container on a ship waiting to get filled up.
Yeah, more than likely.
Well, why don't we all descend down to reality and talk to Spike? How you doing, Spike?
Hi, Spike.
Oh, we can't hear you. Are you muted?
No, I don't.
Oh, there you are. All right.
No, there he is. Hey, Spike.
He's muffled.
How's your re-education going?
Don't ask.
Okay. How's your modeling going?
Both
Don't
done
ask.
yet. I've been missing for a couple of weeks because my computer had a brain fart.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I still don't know what caused the problem, but it just one day it was working fine, and 5 minutes later it just went haywire. I don't know. So anyway, I've only just got back online, but I've been busy working. Have a look at that bloody head.
That is so sorry. It's just that. Dude, that is so cool. That's amazing.
Looks just like you, Lou.
Thank you. It's bring your son to work day.
Are you going to light his eyes up? Lou, are you going to light his eyes up?
No, I'm not going to light his eyes up.
Oh, he had bright greeny eyes, didn't he? They were
He's
shining.
not possessed.
Model build of me.
Look sexy, I do.
Actually, I thought of doing just like a head stuff mounted on a wall, stuffed, you know.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Where are we in Mob, aren't we?
Well, I'm. You trekkers know what this is.
That's a bird of prey.
Bird prey.
Yeah. I'm lighting. I got all the interesting holes, and I decided how to get
It's a
this
rolling
in.
bird of prey.
What's that?
Are you doing the bridge?
Rolling bird of prey.
It's a big paint palette. That's what that is.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the semicircles top and bottom.
Okay, I saw
Are going to be the cloaking device emitters, and of course this is going to be the bridge area.
Yeah, I didn't see that the first time.
These holes at the top here are cut on an angle, so if you look from the top, they're not very prominent.
Right.
because I did it from the side, and when I put the fiber optic in, I want to make it look like windows that are coming out this way instead of shining up.
Right.
You know?
That's that plastic is very thick in there.
Oh well, yeah, I suppose. Not any more than any other AMT kit, I suppose. But I got the strip lighting out. I'm gonna light the sucker inside really bright because the fiber optic is gonna come through pretty dim, and that's my point of lighting this.
You buy your strip light by the reel?
Huh?
You buy your strip light by the reel?
Yes. Yes.
Where do you go? Is it a good deal for you?
Oh yeah, on eBay. Yeah, actually, what do you call it? How much is it? About 7 meters or 8 meters is something like $6.
Jack, put that down. It looks like your fingers up.
Huh?
The way you're holding it, it looks like you're giving me the finger.
It's the Romulan salute. Okay. I did like the tips of these, but it turns out they're not supposed to be lit. So there is an LED in there that's not
supposed to be a ball there either.
That's how it came. That's how it came. Well, I did look at the episode just recently, and this is not too far off, actually.
Yeah, it's supposed to be rounded up there, but not a complete ball like that.
Oh, maybe my sanding technique is a little heavy-handed, but that's how it pretty much came.
The remastered version or the original version, Jack?
Oh, this is the original.
No, but which version? Which episode did you watch? The remastered one or the original one?
Oh, remastered one.
Right. Okay. Yep.
The original one doesn't really exist, but I don't know if anybody has that. But anyway, I bought a model for Status.
Ooh,
Status.
Oh, hello. Status.
Yes, for Status, and Armando built it. And in fact, I bought this from Armando.
Oh, they're excellent.
Oh, they're cute.
Hello.
So it's my Status model. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, this is actually a very nice kit. And he did light it, and it's pretty thick, but it's lightable. You can cut the windows out and light it just like he did. I was actually surprised how nice it looks. So this is, I think. What's that?
Don't destroy that one.
Well, that's why I'm going to have Jay build it.
Good man. You're learning.
A commission.
And then he's going to build it really nice, and I'm going to take credit for it. You watch.
Yeah, you'll take credit, all right.
Because nobody would believe me how good it turns out, So that's.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, sure, Jack. Yeah, you built that yourself, didn't you? Wink.
You checkbook modeler, you.
Another thing I bought, let me come around and get this. I went to Hobby Link and I bought
cardboard box.
Styrene. No, I bought Styrene.
1-to-1 scale cardboard box. Thank you very much.
I bought Styrene and two thicknesses. Yeah, 2 thicknesses. And I bought some.
Ken eats that much for breakfast.
Strip Styrene to experiment. I'm really moving forward as the way Jamie is building his enterprise. I'm going to try scratch building the Excelsior.
You're mentioning that.
I've been talking about that all my life, so it's going to be, what, 4 feet?
Oh, what? You're actually starting it, are you, Jack?
I probably will be, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be one of those projects I'm going to do here and there, as money comes. As money goes, as money comes.
Here. Put it away.
I have to also get some of this behind me whittled down to things I'm actually going to build. So.
You have a lot of kits.
Yeah, I have enough. I'd say I'm wanting to build at least half of that. So.
Jack, are you going to do any molding and casting of parts, or are you just going to scratch build the whole thing?
Well, it's interesting you bring it up because my idea was make it a garage kit like the Akira is. That would be a pretty expensive kit to actually make molds for. And I was thinking either making the parts separate and casting them or building the model and casting it like the way Steve Neal did.
Right.
I'm not sure which way to go.
there's so much of that that you could, build one engine and then cast the other one, or cast both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know. Because they are symmetrical.
Yeah, build like a section of the saucer, build that, and then cast the rest of it. So
you know, it's going to be the biggest bit. I'll tell you what, the most fiddliest bit of that 350 scale Excelsior that you're doing, Jack, is probably going to be the saucer section, because that's going to be huge. Because if you think about it,
it's going to be maybe about this wide. It's not really. It's a very sleek ship. It's not bulky in any way. So the saucer is probably maybe about 3 inches, perhaps wider than the TOS would be. I did scale it out, and it's bigger. But when you get into the whole, if I'm doing this, that's one thing. But when you're doing a whole circle, it's actually would look kind of big.
Well, I'll say another thing. The nacelles itself, they're like this. They're not like that. That's going to be the easy part. Getting the nacelles
Actually, yeah. Actually, I think the pylons will probably be the hardest thing to actually fabricate. But what do you think, Lou, about when you make a model, it could be anything, what would be the better way of doing it? Making each individual parts, making sure that they fit, and then casting those parts, or doing what Steve Neal did, is pretty much build it and then made molds out of it?
Well, I would be tempted to build a single engine the way you like it, spend all your time and energy on that, and then cast up 2 of them for your actual ship.
Right.
And then you're not dealing with all of the weight of all of the parts and pieces that you've added on. You can cast one long piece, and then your engines are both weighted correctly. If you cast a section of the saucer, or build a section of the saucer, a cross-section, and then cast the rest of it, you also have a better chance of them all being symmetrical and matching each other.
Yeah, but I also thought of doing a saucer and pie pieces.
Right. Do a pie piece, and then mold that, and then create duplicates of it.
I really think Ken can do that. I don't think I could. I'd have to build the whole saucer all one piece, because a section of it could be some way off. So when you put it together, it kind of looks
true. You got to make sure your math is right. Well, then you might want to build the whole saucer with all of your greeblies on it, and then cast a lighter weight version of that, because then you're going to not have to worry about the weight of that thing.
Sure. Well, this Akira, I mean, I bought it for another reason, to actually see what it would be like. And the resin they use, I'm not sure as to what it is. I think it could very well be Alumilite. That's white, and it's probably the cheapest one that they offer. It's kind of light. I think if I took all the parts, put them together, it probably weighs almost as much as the top of the saucer section would be. So yeah. I don't think as far as weight goes, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think what I would run into problems with is really the engines, because as Steve Neal is redoing his to keep it parallel, spaced right, weighted right, like you said, that would be probably the challenge. And my thinking is, do I make the parts that fit together and then cast each part separate, or just put the things together and 4 major parts, the engine, secondary hull, and saucer, and then just cast molds of that, 2-side cast molds?
I think it's going to matter more about where your undercuts are. I think I would cast. Okay. I wouldn't break it up into every single piece and cast every single piece, but if you've got anything that's got an undercut, I'd pull that off and cast it separately. But the thing about the Excelsior that they've actually, if you're going to, don't hit me when I say this, they fixed a lot of problems with the Enterprise by making the neck much fatter and making the pylons much straighter, or they go up at the curve, so that you don't have a lot of those problems that the original Enterprise had, as far as the big saucer, resting on the tiny joints of the neck, right, and the nacelles resting on that weird angle of those pylons. So a lot of those problems are going to be taken away from you from just the basic design of it.
Right. I think with the tops one though, Lou, they really put a riveted joint in that, so it ain't gonna move when you put them in anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could talk about the change in materials and the change in model building technology from the 60s to the 90s all day long. What I'm saying is the intrinsic design of it.
Oh yeah.
Some of that problem, because you've got that really fat neck that you've got much more base for the saucer to sit.
You've got much more stability in that in the joints.
That's it. The stability is there. It's built in. It's not something to overcome. It's actually built into the kit or the design.
It's like a half moon. It's like the neck of the Excelsior is like a half moon.
Jack,
I would look,
honestly, Jack, I would look at the Excelsior model kit and see how they broke down the parts and use that as your guide as to what sections you want to put, what pieces you want to mold separately.
Jack, I just sent you a link for the...
That's an interesting... I'm sorry, what was that?
I just sent you a link for the blueprints.
Yeah, I know Cygnus X1. So, I know that link.
Can I just make another suggestion, Jack?
I have the Excelsior somewhere among all this. Wouldn't you like to have that trouble? You can't find a model.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have that trouble.
Somewhere here. But I know what you mean about the AMT kit, you know?
See how that's broken down.
I think I spelled trying to join in.
I don't know if you're going to do this, Jack, but the one thing I did when I did my Excelsior, the original AMT one, I put a little bit of weight in the secondary hull, just to make sure that it stayed actually.
Oh, you mean weight?
Down on the stand.
You mean weight? I thought you said you put white. You put white in it.
No, weight.
I said, why'd you paint it white? Yeah, you gotta paint it white. It's gonna be.
Well, you know, I was also even considering making attachments that will make it to be the Enterprise, but it turns out the nacelles are completely different on the Enterprise.
They just have a new front end on them.
I see. I'm trying to pick up here pictures. Well, let's just get a general idea of pictures here of what I'm up against. Really, I think I'm really chewing off more. Chewing off more than I can actually.
Chewing off more than you can chew.
Jack, look, I have believe me, Jack. I have faith in you. I think you can do it.
Okay, here we go. Where did we go with this? This is just things I picked up from the internet. There we go.
So it must be true.
Yeah, because it must be true. But these aren't actually very good. But this gives me an idea as to see. This is what I mean about the saucer section. It is not even so much wider than the spread of the nacelles. It's not a very big saucer. It really isn't.
No, it's not. But I should say,
that's
from the side on view,
right
you can actually
there.
see how the neck is.
The what?
From the side view here, Jack, you can actually see how the neck is straight at the back, and it's a little bit more round. It's all the way like a half moon shape.
There you go. That's your prettiness right there.
That would be the movie version.
Yeah, that's
the beauty shot.
That's Star Trek 3 right there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Once I get this thing built, how do you feel about making masks for this one?
I've done it. I've done not for this one, but I've done it for the 1,000 scale, so it would be easy enough to blow up.
There's the beauty shot.
Right there is the only good angle on that ship.
That one?
No, back it up. No, one more forward.
Come on.
That right there is the only good angle on that ship. Everything else, it looks like a pregnant guppy.
But you know something, it's not much. Jeez.
Well, if the Excelsior is a pregnant guppy, then what's the Enterprise be? A pregnant trap?
Yeah.
I like this picture, actually. It's actually very pretty. I think one of the fans did this.
Yeah, because look how big the warp crystal is.
Look at the size difference. The Enterprise is 3/4 the size of it.
Well, it's further away. Now, see, that to me, that's overkill on the neon.
That's neon? Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's big.
Good old days.
She's huge. She's.
So these are what it looked like on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the beauty shot right there.
This is something from eBay, I think. It's just the AMT kit.
That's a kit.
Yeah, this is AMT kit.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, this is the B.
Yeah, that's the B because of the hood ornament.
The hood ornament.
It's a pregnant trout, people. It's a pregnant trout.
Okay, this is a movie shot.
Eesh.
I don't think we like it.
That's a good shot. That one back there, Jack. That's a good shot.
It was designed to look ugly.
Really?
Jack, if you're going to build that, and you are going to scratch build, I do the neck and the saucer as one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I built that kit, one of the model kits of it, and the saucer doesn't actually balance well on the neck. So I'd do the neck and the saucer as one piece, and then attach that to the body.
Or have a major armature on the side to support everything. So
I'll tell you what. I reckon. What registry would you use, Jack? Would you use NX or NCC?
NCC 2000 probably. NX was in Star Trek 3, and after that it was a prototype. That's why it was NX. And I think they commissioned it as an NCC after a while. I don't know.
By the time Sulu
After
had
Star
it,
Trek 3, they changed it from NX to NCC.
yeah, when Sulu had it, it was the NCC.
I wish they'd
I'd probably do the NCC registry. So.
I'm just saying, Jack, I wish they'd build a 350 size of that an XO1 crossover. That'd be a good kit.
Right. So this is going to be a challenge, and I think I'm going to blame Ken for this. It's his fault, and I'm going to be up at nights. So
I don't think Ken sleeps anyhow. So.
But you know something, though? I have to admit, though, when I was a kid, I scratch built all my models, and that was out of paper. So I have a kinship with James there, but it was all out of chipboard, which is like a gray cardboard. Mm-hmm. And I just eyeballed it sort of like the way Ken did, and as a 13-year-old, I did the Star Wars. I did a few Star Trek ones, a few Enterprises, but most of it was Star Wars because they're so easy to do. There was just basic shapes slammed together, and that was the whole concept behind shipbuilding for Star Wars. But yeah, I mean, this is now I'm an adult, so I want to do it with plastic like he did, and he's actually the one motivating me, so he's the one inspiring me. So, we'll see.
Jack, you still haven't asked Robert what he's doing.
What's that?
I don't think you ever asked Robert what he was doing.
What are you doing, Robert? Instead of looking at me like that.
To you guys,
No, I'm second the best for last, so. I'm second the best for last.
It's 9 o'clock.
What's up? I'm like, hey, what are you building?
Me?
Yes.
I just finished the build. I put it on Amazing Plastic site.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Let me look.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Forget about it.
You look at your site a lot, don't you, Jack?
I'm still trying to bring that up. It's such an amazing thing. I'm having a hard time getting onto the screen. I just closed everything up here. Let me open it back up again. So you put it on Amazing Plastic just now?
About a week ago, last week.
Oh, okay.
It was sort of
I
hard.
try to keep up. You know, you guys are hard to keep up with because everybody posts a lot of stuff. And every day I try to go in after dinner and just spend a half hour scanning the community, seeing what's new, and thinking about what I'm going to talk about. And of course, when I think these things up and Saturday morning rolls around, I forget all about them.
You have seen the photo.
Oh shoot! Come on, my internet's
Yeah,
taking its
thoughts
time.
coming along around that.
It don't like Hangout and Circle. We'll try to get it up. Isn't that funny? I said that.
As the bishop said to the actress.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, I'm thoroughly embarrassed
That
now.
never starts.
Yeah, I'm turning red. Come on, Internet, you're making a fool out of me. It's Google. I'll blame in Google.
I'm going to make a fool out of you.
Nature beat you to it.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saving the best for last. That's why I skipped over you that quick, because I haven't talked to you in so long, and just wondering about how you're doing and stuff, because, you know, it's hard to go to school when you're both in a hobby and our age, too, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm 40, so I'm 40 in a couple of months. So I'm there.
Heath, I got bad habits older than you.
Oh, man, have I told you, you are the bee's knees?
Is Heath the youngest here then?
Yeah, I am the youngest. I am the youngest.
I'll close that. You know, I freaking hate Google.
And who's the
Well,
old?
I'm one of the youngest.
You're one of the youngest.
The oldest then, wouldn't it?
No, Jack's the oldest.
No.
Well,
He wants
I'm
bad.
older than Spike.
He wants
I'm older than
bad.
Spike, yes. Also, not as mature, and not as mature as he is.
Maturity, that's a different. No, don't be bringing that into it. That's a different.
No, we don't. No.
Age and maturity are two different things.
It's amazing what you talk about when you're trying to bring something up on the internet.
Well, can I show you what I'm doing at the moment? I've got it all spread out here.
Sure.
Oh, I hope it's clean.
Okay. Well, I've actually been working on my.
Because Heath, it's way past your bedtime as well.
Hey!
You started
Yeah.
one.
Sorry.
You need a nap.
Once, mate. Fool me once. Now, if I can, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm working on. I've been doing some painting today. I have painted the body. That's the colour it is. I've got to do another coat on that. I've painted the cockpit. Well, the driver's seat, whatever you want to call it. This is all the suspension. Oh, that's the back, and that's the front. Yes, that's the front. And I've started.
Oh, there it is. See, that's what I was trying to find. There it is. Talk about it.
There's the next.
Nice.
Oh, it's the Green Hornet.
The Black Beauty.
The Black
It's
Beauty.
Black Beauty.
Isn't that a
Very
horse?
cool. Very cool.
That's cool, man.
Is that a kit?
Yeah, it's the
Oh, he carved it from a piece of soap.
it's a very old too.
Oh, dear.
Oh, okay.
Are those machine guns?
Yep.
Very cool. I like that.
Is that from the? That's not from the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Black Beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they repop the old car body.
Somebody's got echo.
I like your background. I like the way you
Love the background. Yes, it's really cool.
Just at that moment.
Really cool. I think you should do that to build models instead of doing your homework.
What was that, Jack?
He should be building models and all right, kids, we've filled up a little over an hour. And thank you for joining us, seeing us crazies on the Amazing Plastic community. And first, I'd like to thank Bob. Thanks for sharing. It's good seeing you. And looks like you are fully awake and rested.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Heath, you are not as buzzy as you usually are. You know, drinking that Red Bull.
No, I did have my coffee. No, I did have a coffee. I toned it down a little bit.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Heath, for joining us. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Probably sometime
Yes,
later.
you will. I'll be on a Sunday night. I missed out the last one because my motor blew up. So.
Okay. And James, thanks for sharing your paper.
Oh, you're welcome there, Jack.
And Jamie, thank you for sharing your projects that you're not working on. And Liam, thank you for sharing about that. I did find the figure on the Amazing Plastic community. It's looking good, so I wanted to share that right now. But that's going to take the mystery away from anybody watching. You should just go on the community and see it.
Okay.
And Lou, thanks for joining us and your quirky sense of humor too. And Robert, sorry I couldn't hear you very well coming through from whatever, but thanks for sharing your Black Beauty. And keep up the good work. I'm pulling for you. You know that guy. You know.
It's just gone frozen.
And thanks for watching. And this is Scratch and Jack, your host for Amazing Plastic Across the Pond Hangout. Join us tomorrow night on the Sunday Hangout. Happy modeling, everyone. Bye.
Bye.